Hey, Christy Mattoon here with Rewire. I'm glad you're here with me today. I just wanted to say for a sec, I just learned something new. And so I wanted to tell you about this because it's pretty much dumbfounded me, blew my mind, and I am using it very, very regularly in my practice for myself as well as clients now. And the changes that I'm seeing are incredible just because of this understanding. And it's an understanding that a good friend of mine gave me after I went to her house about a week or so ago, and just kind of started spilling my guts to her about some stuff that had been on my heart and bothering me, and not about us as friends, but just life in general, stuff that I'm struggling with. It was a lot of stuff, actually, now that I think about it. Bless her heart for even listening to me. And what she said to me was so profound that it literally made me stop, and tears just started falling out of my eyes. And I just couldn't even, first of all, I couldn't embrace the idea. And then when I finally was able to embrace it, I was just blown away by it. So here's basically what she said to me, is in all of those situations, so all the stories you tell yourself, all the things that spin around in your head over and over and over, all the things that churn through your heart, where do you matter to you? And as I sat there thinking about it, she goes, don't misunderstand what I just said. Where do you matter to you? Not where do you matter to other people? Not where do other people matter in the situation? Not where does anything matter except for you. Where do you matter in all of those situations? And it dawned on me that I didn't know. I didn't even know I did matter. Let me put it that way. I was pretty taken back by this understanding and this revelation. And as we stood there talking and kept going, she said to me, one of the things you have to understand and that you really need to know, and she goes, God has put this on my heart to tell you. She goes, first of all, you have the word justice written above your head. And she said, so this basically means that there's going to be justice for you somewhere in all of the situations I was talking about. Which I thought was, first of all, very humbling that God even sees me. And when I said that to her, she goes, because you matter. You don't just matter to you, you matter to him. You matter in the bigger scope of things, and you matter in this consciousness. Well, and if that doesn't make you take a deep breath in, I don't know what will, right? So breathe that in. You matter in the whole huge scope of all of this. And then she said to me, you're not just energy. You're not just an energy force. You're not even a person. You are an eternal being. You are an eternal being. I never even thought about that before. I'd never, like all my years of being a Christian, I'd never thought about the fact that I was an eternal being. And I mattered to myself. Not to the people, not to the situations for what they were, to me in the situation. And when I start asking myself now, where do I matter in this situation? So everything that starts happening and goes on around me right now, I will literally stop myself and I will ask that question, where do I matter in this situation? If I don't get something in my heart, if I don't feel something, it means I don't matter in that situation, and I can walk away with it or walk away from it clear of conscience. It's not my issue. I don't matter in that situation. I don't need to be there. Does that make sense? I was talking to somebody about this the other day, a very, very bright young lady that I've known for a long time. She's insanely intelligent and she's insanely intuitive. Her name's Emily, and I love this young lady dearly. And she goes, doesn't that seem a little bit selfish that you're asking you where you matter in the situations and not the other people? And I said, it doesn't seem selfish, and it's not selfish. Because when I matter to me, everything else starts clearing. Everything else takes care of itself. And if I don't matter in a situation, but I'm still trying to interject into it, I'm taking space where somebody else needs to be. I'm taking space where somebody else needs to be. Maybe it's not me, maybe it's somebody else. Maybe it's the person themselves. Maybe they need to recognize that they matter in that situation. Wow, that blew my mind. Even just now repeating it blows my mind. I'm just like, oh, all the things, all the issues, all the stuff, all the trauma, all the things you've lived through, even the childhood that I don't remember. When I can stand and go, wow, where do I matter in that situation? I'm 50 some odd years old at this point. I'm so old, I don't even know how old I am. That's not true. I'm 52 or 53 in there somewhere. But the point is that I matter so much to myself that childhood does not dominate me anymore. That thing that happened, whatever all of that stuff was, it has such a little impact in the scope of now, in the scope of this moment, that I can turn around and walk away from it so quickly. And in fact, I never even have to return to it. You know why? Because I matter in this moment right now. And in every situation that I walk into, I matter. The situation changes, my perception opens up, and I get to be a different person in those situations. I love you. God bless you. I hope this helps you. Find some semblance of where you matter in a situation, and then walk it out as if you matter, and notice what happens. Blessings and peace. This is Christy. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It helps my rankings, and I greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't been able to, head on over to Instagram if you're on there, and like that for me also. I'm really trying to get above 10,000, and you get different gadgets and widgets on there when you get there. So I'm trying to get above that so I can do whatever is next on that thing. So anyway, blessings and peace. Please remember that you matter. You do matter.